Some of you have probably solved many problems for yourself with number formatting, and more specifically, custom number formatting. Let's come back over to our workbook. You can see our unit prices here are just expressed as a 2 decimal place number. It looks more or less like it's trying to talk to us about dollars. But by coming up here to the number group, I can just click on the dollar sign, and now it instantly becomes the accounting format. That is the currency or the dollar format that it is by default. For those of you who prefer to have the dollar sign more closely aligned with the numbers, of course, you can choose currency, and that will move the dollar sign closer to the number. But in some cases, you want to express a format a little bit differently. I'm going to come over here to quantity back ordered, for example. So if I format this, I'm going to choose the dialog box launcher. Let me show you where that is again. Lower right-hand corner of the number group, you'll see a little down and right-facing arrow. That's called a dialog box launcher. A little soapbox speech about that. You notice when I hover over it, it's not called Dialog Box Launcher. It just happens to say that it's going to launch the Format Cells dialog box. The problem with that is in help text or in books, you'll hear your instructions as go to the Home tab, and in the number group, click on the Dialog Box Launcher button. Well, many of us have become familiar with the technique of hovering over buttons to see what they're called if they're not labeled. Well, you can hover over every button on the ribbon, and you're not going to find one called Dialog Box Launcher. So you just have to know that the Dialog Box Launcher are these little arrows that appear in the lower right-hand corner of some groups. You'll see it also here on the alignment and font. When we click the one on the number, let me go ahead and highlight the cells I want to format first. Let me do our quantity back ordered. If you're doing that with me, just highlight all the cells on the quantity back ordered. And in our dialog box launcher, click the Format Cells dialog box. If your dialog box is in the way of your data, go ahead and slide it over to the side. And let's choose number. Let's also choose to say that we want to see our negatives as red, and we don't want to see any decimal places. So that's showing our negative numbers as red.